when Hamas, Islamic Jihad, and others from Gaza mass murdered defenseless people inside of Israel on October 7th, 2023, mutilated, sexually abused, burned people alive, including babies, kidnapped a baby and children, desecrated bodies, and committed other atrocities, with the baby and children and their mother being returned to Israel in coffins after being murdered by Hamas in Gaza. The Jew-hating crowd called all of that resistance. When Hamas spent billions of dollars on tunnels to protect themselves and not a single bomb shelter for civilians above ground, the Jew-hating crowd called that resistance. When Hamas waged war and terror, hiding behind and beneath civilians and children, cowardly sacrificing their own children in order to protect themselves and for propaganda in order to demonize their enemy, the Jew-hating crowd called that resistance. The Jew-hating crowd calls sexual abuse, mutilation, murder, and other atrocities resistance as long as Jews are the target. Children and civilians always die in war, especially when they are used as cannon fodder to hide behind and beneath, and when civilian structures, including hospitals, schools, apartment buildings, and mosques, are used from which to wage war. This is perhaps the only war in history, or one of the few, in which civilian casualties of war are called genocide, especially in light of the fact that the side that willingly sacrificed their own children and civilians and did nothing to protect them are held blameless. This is also the result of the perverse cult of victimhood, in which those designated victim and oppressed are held blameless and are given license to be violent, to murder, to sexually abuse and commit other atrocities. Especially when there is an opportunity for the Jew to be blamed, the historic target and scapegoat for thousands of years. Meanwhile, the real genocides taking place, not the deaths from casualties of war, but from the deliberate mass murdering and abusing of civilian populations, gets completely ignored. Without the Jew to blame, no one cares about children and civilians. And so, the mass murdering, the mass sexual abuse, the mass mutilations, slavery, child marriage, genocide of religious minorities, and other atrocities continues by the millions in Somalia, Sudan, Iraq, Congo region, North Nigeria, Myanmar, Afghanistan, Haiti, Iran, Mozambique, Mali, Burkina Faso, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Syria, Libya, Yemen, and in many more places, without a voice raised in protest. Genocide is perversely being defined by whether or not there is the Jew to blame and not for what it is.